800 block of Bandera. It's the 11,800 block of Bandera. Just to set the scene for you, it's the Bandera Trails Center. It is just outside Loop 1604 on Bandera Road. It is a big strip shopping center with an AT&T, an Aqua-Tots, a U-Break iFix, and an iClinic Optical, if you're familiar at all with this area. So let me tell you what we know for sure. We do know for sure that at 3:28 this afternoon, a call for help came from this place. They asked for police and EMS, and the fire department tells us that there are 2 people confirmed deceased here, and you may recognize the big yellow tarps that are covering all of the windows here at the U-Break iFix store. They appear to be connected to this case. Now, the entire strip here is taped off with crime scene tape. The iClinic, the Aqua-Tots, the tape goes all the way to the door of the Aquatots. But as far as we can determine at this moment, without talking to police, all of their activity seems to be confined to the U-Break iFix store. Now, there are some despondent relatives of at least one of the deceased people here on scene. And like I said, police haven't confirmed anything to us. And even though we are in the Helotes area and some of the addresses out here show to be Helotes, this is obviously an SAPD scene because they are handling the scene. It is San Antonio EMS, San Antonio Fire that responded. It is San Antonio Police that are guarding the door over there. So just going to repeat what I said off the top in case you're just joining us or in case you just turned up your audio. I am at the 11,860 block of Bandera Road. We are just outside Loop 1604. We're at the Bandera Trails Shopping Center, and San Antonio Police are in charge of a fairly large-scale crime scene. What we're told so far is that at least 2 people are deceased here. We were told that CPR was in progress, that there was a valiant effort made to save some lives here, but it was unsuccessful. There are unconfirmed reports also about who else might be involved in this, but I'm not going to repeat any information that is unconfirmed. And I just got a text message that says PIO will be providing a briefing down the street at 4:45 p.m. Away from this scene, and so we will have more solid information at 4:45. But what we know for sure right now is that there appear to be, according to the fire department, 2 deceased people here on scene at what appears to be a U-Break iFix store, and that the incident started around 3:28 this afternoon when somebody called for help. So we are continuing to gather information. The fire department is in the process of really sending units home. There were EMS units that were here for quite some time, since the beginning. An EMS supervisor you may have just seen leave the scene. So we're in a wait and see pattern here at the Bandera Trails Center on Bandera Road, just outside Loop 1604. Their PD is saying there will not be hard facts until 45. So when we know more, you will know more. And this is Sue Kalberg on Bandera Road, just outside Loop 1604. Stay with us. When I know it, you'll know it.
Yeah, but they're over there. I'm not going over there. They can come over here.
They'll come over here. They'll have to come over here.
Good.
Police Department, Soliz, how you spell my last name. So approximately today at 3:30 p.m., officers were called out to the 18600 block of Bandera Road for a shooting in progress. When officers arrived, there were two male victims that were deceased upon arrival, both from gunshot wounds. Upon further investigation, it was found that a male, we'll say our suspect, came into the store dissatisfied with the service done to his phone and confronted an employee. A verbal argument started, it escalated, and that is when the suspect produced what a witness said was a firearm. Now, when that was produced, there was a physical altercation that happened, and during that altercation, the suspect shot the victim. Now, in self-defense, another employee of the location had a firearm on him as well. Took his firearm out and shot the suspect, killing him right there. That's how we have the two DOAs. This is all preliminary. This is all subject to change, but currently right now, that's what we have. Suspect came in, argued with the victim over the service for his phone. They got into an argument. The victim was shot, and then another employee of the store shot the suspect. That employee is cooperating with investigators right now. I'll take questions.
So the employee was shot by the suspect. He was killed.
Yes.
And then a fight ensued between somebody in the store.
No. So the sorry, there's a web here. The suspect came in, confronted an employee about the service to his phone. They started getting into an argument, and during that argument, it turned physical, and the suspect then shot that employee. Another employee who was working at the location in self-defense then got a gun that he had on him and shot the suspect. I wouldn't say retaliation, but defending himself. The suspect was actively shooting somebody in the store. So that employee stepped up and took care of that. Neutralized the threat. Yes. No, right now it looks like two males in their 20 to 30s. Yeah. Suspect and victim. Yes. In about their 20s to 30s. Can't confirm much right now other than that. And like I said, it's preliminary, subject to change. So you had a question? I'm sorry, earlier.
Seems like some relatives showed up.
I can't confirm that. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if there's any relatives. Anyone? Anything else?
They died in the scene?
When officers arrived, both males were already deceased. Mm-hmm.
And the shooter, they're all in their 20s?
It looks like, I can't confirm what I can see. They're both males, both what looks to be 20 to 30s, maybe older. I can't confirm an actual age. Just, Yeah. No Spanish.
After the suspect killed the first employee, was he shooting at other people, or how fast was it before the second employee pulled out his gun?
I don't know. I think it's very simultaneously, because I don't think the suspect had any chance of getting out of there. It's pretty. It looks like a pretty chaotic scene, and it looks like it happened immediately.
You know how many customers might have been inside the store, just how many people, employees and customers?
I don't know that. Yeah, don't know that.
What time do you have to call?
I believe it came out somewhere around 3:30 to 3:40, and I might have got the address wrong at the beginning. Let me get that for y'all. Obviously, it was at the intersection of close to Bandera and 1604. So yeah.
There's an Aqua Tots next door and an eye clinic on the other side. Was there any collateral damage with flying bullets?
No, not from what I see. That's still under investigation. There's CSIs out here right now maintaining the scene and processing the scene. What we do know is this was an isolated incident. It's no danger to the public. This seems like this was an argument between two males over a dissatisfied service, which ended, horribly. Anytime someone's, deceased, two people, it's horrible.
So what was the first thing the officer saw when they came to the scene?
Two people who were deceased at the, who were shot. Two people who had been shot. And eventually, they were pronounced deceased.
Do we know what kind of weapons they use and if they have permit to carry?
I can't see. That's all part of the investigation. I didn't see if there was handguns. I didn't see what kind of guns were used. That's all part of the investigation. Just know that two males are deceased due to gun wounds. One more question.
Employee who shot the suspect?
Well, right now he's working. He's cooperating with investigators, and that's all he pretty much can do, and we're grateful for that. like I said, there's information that's subject to change, but he is working with investigators at this time.
And at this time, no charges remain.
Yeah, I can't confirm anything like that. But thank you guys, appreciate it. Hey, Jacob. Yeah. You want to do a real quick rundown?
¿Cómo estás?
Bien, ¿y tú?
Bien, aquí ya sabes.
Otro día.
To pull a
Dale.
soundbite, or is it just live? Straight live? Very well. Understood. 2 minutes live VO.
2 minutes? 2 minutes?
In 2 minutes.
Stand right there.
Take this.
Stand right there. We're gonna take it live.
Ah, sorry.
I'm sorry.
You might need that later.
I said 3:30. We'll send that out in the preliminary.
He's got those flashy lights on his car.
He's gonna move.
Sue had asked a question.
Repeat. I don't know what she said.
Were there any other customers, or was it just those three people?
I don't know. I should have have that information. I don't know. I think
Yeah.
but there could be one.
So I really appreciate it.
Yeah, of course you can take care. Mike, take care of it. Oh, it's gonna be messed up. Yeah, because it's business that was going to college.
Rocky and I got to look at this.
I'm going to be live in 1 minute.
Take care, brother.
Sarah, everything we said earlier was true. San Antonio police were called to the Bandera Trail Center around 3:30 for a report of 2 people shot dead. Here are the details as they're explaining them now. They made a big point of saying it's preliminary information. They say a disgruntled customer walked into the phone store and he was upset. Both of these people are male. He was upset with service that he did or didn't receive. And they say when he started an argument with the clerk who was on duty, it turned into a physical fight. A verbal argument turned into a physical fight, and the suspect, who was armed, shot the employee. And then when the employee went down, one of his coworkers, who was also armed in self-defense of his coworker and friend, he pulled out a gun. He shot. the suspect, the armed suspect. Both the original employee who was shot and the suspect who was shot in self-defense are dead. The employee who fired that shot that ended it all, he is cooperating with police and they are talking to him. Now, they haven't said much about the people involved except to say that they are both male and they believe that they're in their 20s or 30s. And they also said that they didn't believe at this time that there was any collateral damage to any of the stores in the general area, and that it was an isolated incident just confined to this one man who was disgruntled with his phone service, and that they don't believe that there's any continuing danger to the public. So as we learn more, we will share it across our platforms live at Bandera and 1604. Sue Kalberg, KENS 5.